Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing about the topic that is city creation. In this basically we are discussing the future data in the future incidents basically and the future creation basically that also we can. In this basically we will see first a little bit videos basically and the past videos basically which we have already seen. After that basically we are going to discuss this. That also basically little bit videos basically. That is this video. See basically. Discussing another topic that is city creation. City creation basically we are discussing basically to pull that basically plane was basically hit in this time also basically. They will check and they will verify that basically yes told correct basically like Himalaya and he basically told that basically like he basically counted 100 plane crash basically in Himalaya. If any chief minister basically is becoming the chief minister basically he should have the certification like he basically counted 100 plane crash basically in Himalaya and he basically told that basically plane was basically hit in this time also basically. They will check and they will verify that basically yes told correct basically. Like this basically gets the chief minister closed basically. So you can just imagine one of the person told that yeah basically which world basically we are staying basically. There is no value of human basically. Then one of the person told that basically you are basically Sunil not getting the job no basically. That is not a big issue basically in this world basically. See basically 100 plane basically are getting crashed in the Himalaya. Few incidents basically we'll see basically. In the world basically which kind of incidents basically is happening. Himalaya, Mount Everest basically is getting crashed basically. Lots of plane basically are getting crashed. Then basically in Makkah Medina basically more than 500 people basically dies daily. So these all are basically what actually basically. These all are what actually what basically. Then one of the person told that basically few people says that basically it's a kurbani basically. By killing the people basically that is called as a kurbani basically. That is basically given the name as kurbani. So few people basically told that plane basically which is getting crashed in the Himalaya and Mount Everest basically that is also given name as the kurbani temple basically. They never basically gets the place in Mumbai basically. So one of the person if anybody visits the Mumbra Devi temple basically then he basically gets the place basically in Mumbai. The people who don't visit the Mumbra Devi temple basically they never basically gets the place in Mumbai basically. So one of the person told that Sunil Nair basically you visited the Mumbra Devi temple. Then Sunil told that basically no basically I not visited the Mumbra Devi. So you have not got the house basically in Mumbai basically to stay. Then one of the person told that yes basically. That means each and every people basically which kind of mentality basically having. This is actually you can say basically Mumbra Devi is a god basically. But they have created the system basically that if you will visit the Mumbra Devi then you will that also basically few people basically say that basically that also system basically lots of people says that basically after corona basically that also basically has changed. Why basically the next generation of Mumbra Devi temple basically trust basically might have joined and they basically might have changed this decision. Why basically they have to give the house na basically of house basically in Mumbai basically. So who will be responsible for this basically? Suddenly actually something basically happened in Mumbai city that basically finished the 70 percentage of house basically. So this was also one video and see next video basically.
Where the hell is the Brits gonna play? I don't see no parts of no fucking play. I was out here. I heard two explosions. The lights and a plane hit that? I heard two explosions. Two separate ones.
How is it trying so damn low?
You know what? That could be a suicide.
No way.
I heard the light. How to get these people out of there? I was just in the building. They went to see what they were doing. I took the train, got out of it. The smoke was in the train station.
this was two blast basically which was happened basically. So one of the person told that basically this basically the group basically who actually done this basically they might have basically taken the badla also basically. Badla means you can say in return basically if any, for example you are doing some revenge also basically you can say it's this is also one of the word basically, and there are basically many few words basically, but I feel that this word is perfect basically. So one of the person told that America basically might have planned this basically, that whoever basically might have done this basically. So for that basically what they have done basically, they have created one story basically, that is a Bin Laden story, that Bin Laden basically was in between this basically. So he told that yes basically Bin Laden was there basically in this basically, Bin Laden basically was there basically, and Bin Laden basically like person only basically not exist basically in this world basically. So one of the person told that Bin Laden like person is hai nahi basically. Then basically how you can basically create, they basically created day night story that basically Bin Laden also exists basically. So see the new system also basically, you can just imagine basically the new system basically, they basically thought that something basically happened beyond their plan basically. So suddenly basically they created the story like this basically. There are many stories basically created in this world basically, like this basically there are many stories basically created in this world. So this basically is the future system basically. So one of the person told that basically you are not getting the job in software industry, no? Somebody basically has done the future plan basically. So see basically the future plan now basically. Vitamin A basically, they created vitamin A basically. So now in vitamin A basically these all are things going to happen basically. Means blast is supposed to happen, blast is not supposed to happen. Vitamin C basically, which city will end, which city will not end. Vitamin D basically, which prime minister will die, which president will die, which will be the next president, which will be the next presidents, and which will be the next prime minister basically. Then basically say Sunil R. Nair will die basically. That is the future, basically. Sunil R. Nair will die. That person which is going that will die basically. That basically also basically public basically decides basically that the person basically, public means Bollywood, each and every group basically. Public, who handles the public basically? Public is handled by the Bollywood group, cricket group basically. They handles the public basically. So he told that basically he's supposed to die. He's not supposed to die. Then vitamin K basically, the person will next generation will go, or basically for example my next generation basically is not there basically. So that was decided by the public basically. That is the vitamin basically who decided that basically Sunil R. Nair next generation will go or not go basically. So public basically decides everything basically, and in public basically are controlled by temples, mosque, Makkah, Medina, and the church and Gurudwara and the Parsi place and the each and every mosque basically. So they basically decides basically that who will be going to the next generation, and they basically are handled by the mafia groups basically, that are the mafia industry basically, that is Dawn group basically. That basically we will see basically who actually what is Dawn, this each and every, who are the basically the Dawn of India, each and everything basically we are going to see basically. So in next video basically that will be that topic only basically, who is the Dawn, who is that, this, that, each and everything. So F basic, vitamin F basically say that basically which is the good direction for the earth planet, right, top, bottom, left. Vitamin I basically, which software company will end, which software company will not end basically. Vitamin J basically, who will be the wife of each and every person basically, and his basically next generation will go or next generation will not go basically, or he will have the divorce, or basically he will get the second marriage, or basically he will just stay as a randwa. Randwa means basically he will basically not get the wife, and just he will be seeing here basically each and every wife. So in next basically we are going to see that.